everyone, this is Cody from Server 73, and today we are making our first tier list, and it will be about the support Immortals. So, we're just rating them from top to bottom. I included everyone that is actually in support, Immortal of course in the game, and we'll just start with the S tier, so the most likely overpowered one. Of course, Fufe is in there. We know that her skill is just making everyone immune to control effects, except in some situations the one of Himiko. Depends if she like hits a kind of gap when you don't have search exclusive artifact or something like that. It can be possible that Himiko will hit with Battle Sense a kind of gap between the skills that she's supporting, but still she's the most useful healer in the game. The healing output is not as big as from Theodora, but yeah, she's casting it fast, she's making the whole team immune, and she's healing. So that's our top number one, even though it has to be actually an SS tier set or something like that, because she's really the strongest one. Second one, of course, Theodora. Theodora heal in general when you use her exclusive artifact is going to be extremely good. So she has the highest healing output in the game. Not included are the shields. I'm just speaking about the heals as a healing, not as a shield. So why is she so good? When you have skills like Blade Vortex, that's one of the top one damage skills at the moment. So yeah, this one is going to shred your team for sure. When you don't have Theodora, you need Theodora to just remove all the continuing damage effects. So that's why she's pretty awesome in every team except like Fire, for example, or Lightning, but most likely players play her with together with Fufe and Holy or in Earth setups. So pretty good. So I think so far S tier is pretty much done. I would also put in some situations Cyrus. I'm not speaking about PvP only. I mean, it's also he's also available in IB League, in IBL. There he's like a game changer. You need him 100%. Also in fire teams the stuns are pretty good. Of course you can't counter like everything, but you can also run a Flavius Fire Marsh, for example, except no, I mean yeah, like most of the players are running Flavius Earth, but you can also run Flavius Fire, and therefore you need Cyrus. That's what I wanted to say. So I would rate him S tier still. He's like stunning the enemies, that's pretty good. His effect in general is pretty good, but the stun is pretty awesome. So now we're continuing with A. So of course Zenobia's in there. Yeah, her skill with the exclusive artifact is just increasing the attack speed. You need her 100% for Mixed Marsh. Mixed Marsh is still one of the top mid player setups, together with Flavius Earth at the moment. That is something at this rate of the game where you can just join some rallies in PvP, and yeah, so basically you can always join with a mixed, where Zenobia is a must-have, and therefore she's a top spot. She's also healing, but the healing output is not that much. It's more actually the attack speed. She's just granting her skill to 2 Immortals if I'm not wrong, but yeah, the attack speed is pretty good. And Kin of course too, just because he's applying wound effects on the enemy teams. Yeah, when you're immune to wound, of course they're not, but in general he's applying wound effects. Wound effect is reducing or removing the ability to heal your team or to heal the immortal, and also he's giving like cleave damage effect. Basically it's pretty overpowered together with Hannibal Barca, another Wind Immortal. So them both in the combination is pretty strong. Now coming to the PvE aspect and to the aspect that people are running Flavius. Flavius is one of the tank immortals, a purple one from Shadow that is making, yeah, just converting heal into damage. I would say it like that. So therefore I would rate Matilda also in A tier, because she is just increasing the damage, yeah, but also the rate of your energy regeneration. So basically, when you want to apply a lot of um, Flavius effects, you can just increase the rate of applying it to the enemy team together with her, and that's making her pretty strong in a mixed match. It's not a main PvP setup for a 1v1 situation, but when you join rallies, she will be very strong in the Flavius Earth, for example. On the other hand, the PvE aspect, like killing spiders, killing bosses, killing rifts, there she is the best immortal in the backline that you can imagine. And you need her just to yeah, just to increase the damage overall and to increase the energy regeneration. You don't have that much time. You just need to burst out a lot of damage in a bit shorter time period. So therefore, she's pretty strong. Now, I was really thinking about Tomiris. Tomiris is, she can be an A. She will never be an S tier, but she can be an A. But I would rate her on B. Because the Crimson Arrow is just increasing the damage on the enemy that is receiving the Crimson Arrow effect, and she's also confusing enemies. So she's pretty useless versus Purification, because that can be cleaned by I think that one can be cleaned. I'm not that much sure, because Purification is always a bit a misery box. But yeah, most likely confused effects cannot be cleaned by anyone or by anything except Fufei. But I think hers is kind of a bit different. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is as far as I remember. I tested her a long time ago. It could be possible that it changed. But still, the damage increase by her ultimate skill is pretty good. She's still a must-have in Shadow setups, and now Shadow's like being more often used since Anubis is in the game. So yeah, that's also pretty strong in PvP, arena, TOS, something like that. She's also good in bosses. We figured out she can also apply the effect of receiving more damage to spiders, to rifts, to bosses. So there you could also work together, for example, with Matilda and Tomiris, and use some like 1 or 2 damage dealers in the front line. So now I'm coming to the two water ones, starting with Dido. Dido is C or D. I would rate her on C when you still run water. I think that is probably, I think that's not, I think that doesn't exist in the game anymore, because water is really only IBL setup wise important. I think there's really no one anymore in the game that has a water main marsh. Maybe third or fourth could be possible, but therefore her effect is pretty good to have a chill effect together combined with Merlin, for example. So she is okay, but she's not must have. For water you have a lot of choices, but yeah, I'm 100% sure that people are not using her anymore. So I would rate her D because she can be useful and she's useful in IBL, but she's not useful in either PvE or PvP. You don't do anything anymore with freezes from the water dragon or water moss in general. So that's basically um, not exist anymore. So now, last but not least, um, Artemisia, I think that is how you pronounce her name correctly. That's a 100% D spot. Everyone was a bit, I would say, excited about getting a new support immortal that was in the beginning only available through KVK boxes. So everything what is in KVK boxes was back in the days something super special and something that you wanted to have because it has to be good when it's something you can't really get that often. But it turned out that she's super garbage. Um, Even though she's in open arena setups at the moment, she doesn't seem to be very useful. So therefore, she is a D spot. I think that's everything regarding supporter molds that I want to say. This is the tier list. You can also see S and A tier is actually covering yeah, at least first, second, and third um, PvP setups. So yeah, that's everything that I have to say about a tier list. It's my first tier list regarding the support immortals and my explanation about it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.